Hello girls, hi, I hope you all are doing good. So let's begin with your illustration 22. So illustration 22, you have Mahesh started a business by bringing in cash of rupees 3 lakhs. Second, he opened a bank account with Canara Bank, Bangalore for the firm depositing cash of rupees 2 lakh. He had rented an office space of rupees 3,000 per month on 1st April 2014 and has now paid the security deposit of 30,000 by check. He issued checks and purchased the following, that is furniture of 10,000, air conditioner of 20,000, electrical fittings 15,000 and paid wages of rupees 2,500. Next, he received a commission of rupees 6,000. He purchased goods from Global Travelers rupees 30,000, sold goods to Anboop Enterprises of rupees 45,000. Withdraw from bank for personal use rupees 5,000, paid by check rent rupees 3,000, salary rupees 10,000 and telephone bill of rupees 4,000. Now we will be looking into the solution. So before looking into the solution, you should know what is a capital account. So as I've sent you the notes, written notes regarding what written notes of theory. Now you need to know what capital account is. Capital account in accounting, the capital account shows the net worth of a business at a specific point of time. This capital account is also known as the owner's equity for a sole proprietorship or shareholders' equity for a corporation and is reported in the bottom section of the balance sheet. I think being commerce students and doing accounts since PU, we all by now know what a capital account is and where the entry of the capital account is usually taken in the balance sheet. For example, you have accounting and journal entry for interest on capital. For example, this is only for example, you will do interest on capital account debit to capital account credit. Now, before beginning with the solutions, also you need to know the tally shortcut keys. So you will have to know the tally shortcut keys. Those tally shortcut keys is F5 will be for to select the payment voucher, F6 will be to select the receipt voucher, whereas F7 to select the journal voucher, F8 to select the sales voucher, and Control plus F9 to select the debit voucher. Okay, these are the things that you will need to know before beginning the solution. Okay. So now before proceeding, you will have to know what are the various types of accounts that you are actually going to deal with in this particular problem. You will have types of accounts, that is a real account. Now what is a real account? A real account is a general ledger account that does not close at the end of the accounting year. In other words, the balances in the real accounts are carried over to become the beginning balances of the next accounting period. Okay, and real accounts are also referred to as permanent accounts. For example, you have cash account receivable. Next, you have personal account. What is this personal account? A personal account is basically an account for the use by an individual for that person's own need. Okay, for example, you could for my personal account, I could say Aisha's personal account. Okay, next you have nominal account. Next, in your nominal accounts are the general ledger accounts that are closed at the end of each accounting year. Nominal accounts are also referred to as temporary accounts. Okay, nominal accounts are also referred to as temporary accounts. Now you should also know what are the classifications, like what exactly comes under your real accounts, personal accounts and your nominal accounts. When you look into the classification, you will know under real account you have all the assets which are coming into consideration, that is your tangible assets and your intangible assets. Now what is the rule for your real account when you are getting your tangible and intangible asset? The rule you have to apply is, I am sure you all are aware of the 3 golden rules, that is debit the receiver, credit the giver, debit what comes in, credit what goes out. Right, you all are aware of the 3 golden rules, right? So in this, the golden rule which will be applied is debit what comes in and credit what goes out, because here you're dealing with the assets in the real account, that is tangible asset and intangible asset. The rule you are going to apply is debit what comes in and credit what goes out. Similarly, for personal account, all the parties, okay, it is all the parties including the debtors and the creditors. The rule is debit the receiver and credit the giver. Now next, you have nominal account. In your nominal account, all the items of profit and loss account. In a nominal account, you are taking into consideration all the items of profit and loss account, that is income and expenses. Rule is debit all expenses and losses and credit all incomes and gains. You are debiting all the expenses, whatever the expenditure is incurred and whatever the loss is, and you are crediting all incomes and gains. For example, under your personal account, you have various examples. As I told you all, you can take into consideration your own name and that account. So you have Akshay's account, you have bank account, you have Soham's account, university, school, company, firm, etc. You have for a university, for a firm or a college, you can take into consideration your own college, that is Centan's account. Now you have a personal account. Okay, further it is classified as personal and impersonal. Under your impersonal, you have real and nominal. Under your real, you have relating to assets or property. You will have land and building, cash account, debtors account, stock account, and goodwills account under this. Whereas under your nominal account, you have relating to expenses and income, salary account, rent account, commission account, discount account, and wages account, to name a few. Now you will also have to know what are the types of vouchers which will be included in this. Okay. Now voucher is basically, you have your receipt voucher. Now receipt voucher is basically a type of voucher which is typically used by a certain business organization upon receiving a payment in the form of cash or check during a business transaction. A receipt voucher is a voucher which is received or issued by a business organization upon receiving a payment in cash or check during a business transaction. Similarly, moving on to the next voucher, that is a contra voucher. Contra voucher in every transaction indicates to the transfer of funds. Here the transfer of funds could be from the three, that is cash account to bank account to cash account, one bank account to another bank account. Next you have sales voucher. Sales voucher is basically where the transaction is related to where goods and services are sold. Goods and services that are sold is entered in the sales voucher. Okay, next you have payment voucher. Payment voucher, the transaction involving payment of money. Here it was sale of money, that is whatever is sold is entered in the sales voucher. Here the payment of money is entered in the payment voucher. Next you have purchase voucher. The transaction where purchases made for business or organization is entered in the purchases. Whatever purchase you are making for a particular business or organization is entered in the purchase voucher. Lastly, you have journal voucher. It is basically the transaction involving adjustment of debit and credit amount. Okay, you have to consider all the transactions relating to the debit and credit amount. So now let's begin with your solution. If you look into your first entry, it says Mahesh started a business by bringing in a cash of rupees 3 lakhs. So the key which you're going to use is key F6 because it is a receipt voucher. You are receiving. The business is issuing a voucher, that is a receipt voucher on receiving money. Okay, now in ledger you have credit Mahesh Capital and debit cash account. Now which group will it fall under? Mahesh Capital will fall under capital account and cash will fall in cash in hand. Now capital account here, Mahesh Capital is a personal account. What type of account is it? It is a personal account, and your cash account is your real account. Now what is the principle? Mahesh is the giver. He is giving the money to the business. So he is the giver and cash is coming in. So what is the amount? It is 3 lakh. Now next entry you have, he opened a bank account with Canara Bank Bangalore for the firm depositing cash of rupees 2 lakh. The key is F4, which is a voucher, that is a contra voucher. Okay, as I told you all, contra voucher is basically indicating that there is transfer of funds. Okay, transfer of funds. So he is depositing cash, so there is a transfer of fund, that is credit Canara Bank and debit cash account. So Canara Bank is a bank account, falls under the bank account group, and cash is cash in hand. So these both are real accounts. Here in Canara Bank, money is going out, whereas in cash account, money is coming in. So it says 15,000 here. There is a slight error. It is rupees 2 lakh. Okay, it is not 15,000, it is 2 lakh rupees. Now your third entry will not be applicable, that is he rented an office space of rupees 3,000 per month on 1st April 2014 and has now paid a security deposit of 30,000 by check. This entry will not be applicable. Now moving on, you have the fourth entry wherein you are using key F8. That is for sales. The voucher is sales voucher. Now what is sales voucher? Wherein you are goods and services are sold. Whatever is sold is entered in the sales voucher. So what is being sold here? He issued checks to purchase the following. That is furniture, air conditioner and electrical fittings. So credit your bank account, which comes under the group bank account, which is what type of account is it? It is real account, and your money is going out. So in terms of sale, you are debiting furniture account, air conditioner account, electrical fitting account. All of these come under the category of fixed assets, which are the real type of account, and your money is coming in. So that is 10,000, 20,000 and 15,000. The total will be 45,000. Now your next entry is paid wages. Now for payment, you have F5 as your key. So you have to learn the keys, you have to memorize the keys, only then you will be able to understand the problem. So key F5 is for payment. Now payment of what? Paid wages of rupees 2,500. Debit your wages, credit your cash. Direct expenses, wages is your direct expense. Okay, cash is cash in hand. Wages is your personal type of account, whereas cash is your real type of account. When you're debiting the wages, here you are debiting all the expenses, right? We saw the rule here, right? Okay, if you're not able to recall, when you are debiting all the wages, it comes under your personal account, right? When your personal account, you are debiting the okay, you debit all expenses, that is 2,500, and credit cash, that is cash in hand, real account. It is the money is going out to rupees 2,500. Now your sixth entry is F6. The key which you are using is F6 because it is a receipt voucher, because you are receiving commission of rupees 6,000. Here you are crediting commission, debiting cash. Commission is an indirect expense, whereas cash is a cash in hand. Indirect expense here, it is a nominal account. Commission is your nominal type of account, wherein you're crediting all gains. Because you are receiving commission, it is a gain to you. You are crediting all gains, rupees 6,000. Whereas you're debiting cash, that is cash in hand. Type of account is real account, wherein your cash is coming in, that is rupees 6,000. Now your seventh entry is F9, which is a purchases entry. Purchased goods from global travelers of rupees 30,000. So credit global travelers, sundry creditors. Okay, the group is sundry creditors. Type of account is personal. The principal is they are giving, so he is the giver, and the amount is 30,000. Why is then you are debiting purchases. It comes under your purchase account. Type of account is real. Principal is it is coming in, that is 30,000. Now 8th entry is F8, that is sold goods to Anbu Enterprises of rupees 45,000. Credit your sales account, which comes under the group of sales account. Type of account is real. Principal is it is going out. Amount is 45,000. Debit your Anbu Enterprises, sundry debtors. It comes under sundry debtors. What type of account is it? Anbu Enterprises, as I told you all in the beginning, it is a personal account. Okay, it is a capital personal account. Here Anbu Enterprises is the receiver. So 45,000. Okay. So 9th one is withdraw from bank for personal use, 5,000. Drawings is debit. Credit your cash. Drawings comes under your capital account. You are drawing what type of account? Personal. So it is a giver. Principal is giver, 5,000. Credit cash, cash in hand. Type of account real. Principal is it is going out, so 5,000. Last entry is paid by check, rent rupees 3,000, salary 10,000 and telephone bill of 4,000. So F5 is the key which is used for payment. You are debiting rent, salary, telephone bill. You are crediting it to Canara Bank. Rent, salary and telephone bill are your indirect expenses, which comes under your nominal type of account, wherein you are debiting all the expenses, that is 3,000, 10,000 and 4,000. The total which is going out is 17,000. Now let's look into your next question, that is illustration 22. Journalize the following transactions in the book of Mr. Anand. On Jan 1st, 2015, he is commencing business with cash of rupees 50,000. Jan 2nd, 2015, opened bank account with SBI and deposited rupees 10,000. Jan 3rd, 2015, purchased goods for cash or rupees 4,000. Okay. On Jan 6, 2015, he is selling goods for cash. Sold goods for cash, rupees 6,000. Jan 8, 2015, purchased goods from Vinay, rupees 5,600. Jan 12, 2015, sold goods to Ganesh, rupees 6,500. Jan 15, 2015, returned goods to Vinay, rupees 100. Jan 16, 2015, received from Ganesh, rupees 4,000. Jan 18, 2015, paid for stationery, rupees 150. Jan 21st, 2015, paid to Vinay 3,500. And Jan 31st, 2015, paid office rent of rupees 2,000. Okay. Now let's see how we have to journalize the following transactions at the book of Mr. Anand. Now here, your first column will be your date column. Okay, as when you looked into your previous problem, there were no dates which were given, but in this problem you have dates. Instead of your dates, they had given you serial numbers. Okay. Now let's begin with the solution. We are journalizing the transactions in the book of Mr. Anand. So when you looked into the previous problems, there were no dates which were given, but here they have given you dates. So now the first entry. Okay. The key voucher you're using is F6 because he's commencing business with cash of rupees 50,000. So the voucher which you're using for the commencement is your receipt voucher. That is your crediting capital account, your debiting cash account. Which group? Capital account, cash in hand account. Type of account is capital account. Here is a personal because here, as you all know, he's commencing business. Who is commencing business? Mr. Anand is commencing business. It is a personal account. The principal is giver. He is giving rupees 50,000. Cash in hand, which is a real type of account, principal is coming in 50,000 rupees. Now second entry is he is opening a bank account in SBI and deposited there in rupees 10,000. He is depositing rupees 10,000. Here there is a slight mistake. It's given 15,000, but there's a printing mistake. It is rupees 10,000. Okay, the key which is used is F4. It is the contra voucher. Contra voucher, as you all should be very thorough by now, because now contra voucher is again, it is indicating the transfer of funds. Okay, your crediting cash account, your debiting bank account. Crediting cash account, that is cash in hand. Which group? Cash in hand. Bank is bank account. What is the type of account? It is a real account and a personal account. So when it comes to cash, when you're crediting cash going out, that is rupees 10,000 and it is not 15,000. In your bank, it is the receiver, that is 10,000, not 15. Please note, it is not 15, it is 10,000. It is a printing mistake. Next, on Jan 3rd, 2015, you have purchased goods for cash, rupees 4,000. On Jan 3rd, purchasing goods, purchases entry is F9. Your debiting purchases account, your crediting cash account. Debiting is purchase account. Which group? Purchase account. Type of account, it is a nominal account. Here the principal is all expenses and losses. What are you debiting? Debit all expenses and losses. Credit all incomes and gains. So your cash account is a cash in hand, which is a real type of account. And here the cash is going out, that is rupees 4,000. Jan 6th, it says sold goods for cash, rupees 6,000. Okay. Key you're using for sales is F8. You're debiting cash, you're crediting sales. Okay. Cash, that is cash in hand, which is a real account, which is coming in rupees 6,000. Crediting sales, that is sales account, that is a real account, going out rupees 6,000. The principal is going out. As it is sale, money is going out, it is 6,000. Jan 8th, purchased goods from Vinay, rupees 5,600. Purchases voucher, F9 is the key. You're crediting Vinay's account, you're debiting purchases account. Okay, now Vinay's account is a capital account, whereas purchases account is a purchase account. Vinay's account is a personal account, whereas purchases account is a real account. Vinay is the giver. In purchases account, the money is coming in, that is rupees 5,600. Next, you have Jan 12th, that is sold goods to Ganesh, rupees 6,500. The key which you're using is F8. Key is sales voucher. You are debiting Ganesh account. You're crediting sales account. Ganesh account is a capital account. Which type of account is it? It is a personal account. Sales account is a real type of account. Personal account, he is receiving it. Ganesh is receiver. Sales is going out, that is rupees 6,500. Next you have Jan 15th, return goods to Vinay, rupees 100. You are returning it, so it is control plus F9 is the key. You're purchasing it and you're returning it, so it is control plus F9. This happens in Tally. Voucher is debit note, okay? So Jan 15th, it is return goods to Vinay, rupees 100. That is 15th, Jan 15th, right? That is control plus F9 is your key because it is debit note. Okay. Now, debit note is basically a commercial document which is issued by a buyer to a seller as a means of formally requesting a credit note. It acts as a source of document to the purchase return journal. In other words, it is a reduction in expenses. In other words, it is an evidence for reduction in expenses. F9 plus control plus F9, or else you can use it as control plus F9. This is basically to select the debit note voucher. Now in your debit note voucher, you are returning goods to Vinay. So it will be Vinay's account debit and purchase account credit. Vinay's account is a capital account. Purchase's account is a purchase return account is a purchase account. Vinay account is a personal account. Purchase return is a real account. Vinay is the receiver. Purchase return is going out. That is rupees 100. Jan 16th, it is received from Ganesh. That is rupees 4,000. Key is F6. It is a receipt voucher. You're crediting Ganesh account and you're debiting cash account. That is group is capital account. Ganesh account, it's coming under your capital account, whereas cash is coming in cash in hand. Ganesh is a personal type of account. Cash is a real account. Ganesh is the giver. Cash account, money is coming in. That is rupees 4,000. Jan 18th, paid for stationery rupees 150. That is key is F5. It is a payment voucher because you're paying for stationery. Debiting stationery account and crediting cash account. Okay. Your stationery account is your indirect expense, whereas your cash account is cash in hand. Type of account is nominal and cash account is real. So here, what is the principle that is applicable? Stationery account. You're paying for stationery. So you're debiting all the expenses. So cash is going out. That is 150 rupees for both. Jan 21st, paid to Vinay rupees 3,500. The payment key is F5. Voucher is payment. You're debiting Vinay's account, which is a capital account and which comes under personal account. He is the receiver. Vinay is getting paid. He is the receiver. That is rupees 3,500. You're crediting cash account. That is a cash in hand. It is a real type of account. Money is going out. That is rupees 3,500. Then Jan 31st, 2015, you're paying office rent. Paid office rent of rupees 2,000. Key which you are using for payment is F5. Okay. So you will debit rent account because you're paying office rent. You will debit rent account and you will credit cash account. Rent now is an indirect expense. Cash is your cash in hand. Indirect expense always comes under your nominal account and cash comes under your real account. So the rule was debit all expenses. So rent is an expense. You are debiting all expenses and cash is going out. That is rupees 2,000. Debit all expenses and losses. Credit all incomes and gains. Okay, so let's begin with your next problem. That is problem on simple journal entry. In your problems in simple journal entry, you just have to state the group for ledger and create the ledger. First entry is Mr. Ram starts a business with rupees 2 lakhs and deposited into bank rupees 40,000. Paid for office building rupees 50,000 and furniture rupees 10,000. Purchased raw material of rupees 10,000 and on credit from Mr. Avinash. Paid wages of rupees 2,000. Paid salary of rupees 10,000. Return money to Mr. Avinash in settlement of rupees 9,500. Sold goods to Mr. Shekhar rupees 15,000. Received interest on bank amount rupees 500. Received from Mr. Shekhar after discount rupees 500. Okay. Afterwards you have sold old newspaper rupees 450. Sold old furniture rupees 4,000. Now when you look into here, you have to Now when you're looking into the solution, you just have to create groups for the ledgers. So in your first entry, I hope you all have the questions with you. So Mr. Ram starts business with 20,000 with 2 lakhs and deposited into bank 40,000. So Mr. Ram is coming under your ledger account and the group is capital account, bank account. The ledger is bank account and the group is bank account. Second one, you have paid for office building 50,000 and furniture rupees 10,000. Furniture account is your ledger account, group is your fixed asset. Building is your ledger account, group is fixed asset. Next, purchase raw material rupees 10,000 on credit from Mr. Avinash. Purchases account, which group does it come under? It comes under your purchase account. Mr. Avinash is your sundry creditor. Okay? Because here it says purchase raw material on 10,000 on credit. So he's a sundry debtor. Paid wages of rupees 2,000. It comes under wages account, which is a direct expense. Salary account, indirect expense. Okay, paid salary 10,000. You are paying salary here, which is an indirect expense, whereas wages is your direct expense. Next, you have return money to Avinash in settlement of 9,500. Okay. Now next you have discount account, which is an indirect expense. You have your sales account. Sold goods to Mr. Shekhar 15,000, which is coming under your sales account. That is sales group is also sales account. Next, you have received interest on bank amount rupees 500 and received from Shekhar after discount rupees 500. That is, I told you all, discount account is your indirect expense. Mr. Shekhar is your sundry debtor. Next is your interest account, which is an indirect expense because you're receiving interest on bank amount rupees 500. When you look into the question, you will be able to understand. Interest account, which is an indirect expense. Old newspaper is your 450. That is your indirect income. Furniture is already been taken here, so you will not be including it again. Now moving on to your next problem here. State grooves for ledgers and create the ledgers. Ashok starts a new business with 10 lakhs. Purchase for machinery rupees 50,000 and furniture rupees 10,000. Paid amount for rent rupees 1,000. Deposit rupees 10,000 in bank. Purchase of goods for rupees 20,000 from Mr. Ram on credit. Sold goods to Mr. Rakesh for rupees 10,000. Rupees 5,000 withdraws from bank for personal use. Withdraws rupees 1,000 for office use. Received cash from Mr. Rakesh and paid to Mr. Ram. Now, by default, cash account, profit and loss account are available in Tally. So when you are entering these transactions, by default, the cash account, the profit and loss account are already available in Tally. You do not have to enter them separately. So what you have to enter here is basically, it is your Mr. Ashok account, your ledger Mr. Ashok account, which is a capital account. Next, it is your furniture, that is a fixed asset. Machinery, that is your fixed asset. You're paying rent account, which is your indirect expense. Which group? Indirect expense. Next, you're depositing 10,000, that is you're depositing in bank. Bank is which group? It comes under your bank account only. Next, you're purchasing goods, purchases account, that is the group of purchase account. Say sold goods, it is sales group. Which group is it? It comes in sales account. Next, after your sales, you have withdrawing for personal use. Who is withdrawing it? Mr. Ram is withdrawing it. No, sorry. It says Mr. Ram account. Your purchase of goods, we took purchase of goods account. That is into purchase account, but we did not take Ram on credit. So we are taking Mr. Ram on credit, who comes under a sundry debtor because he is purchasing in the terms of credit basis. Next, you are receiving cash from Mr. Rakesh, who is a sundry debtor because you are receiving him. Lastly, he withdraws from bank for personal use, which is under drawings account, which comes under your capital account. Here we are not taking cash account profit and loss because it is already by default available in your tally.